Hello. Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and at the same time see my screen. So today's webinar, I want us to look at some instruments. So we'll be looking at some three instruments. We'll be looking at, there actually not three, there are four. We'll be looking at NASDAQ. I will be looking at the SP500, and then we'll be looking at DAX30. And then we'll also be looking at the Australian index. Then at the same time, we'll be looking at the China A50. So those are the four instruments. There are actually 5 instruments. I want us to look at a brief trends, like what we expect to be happening, the trends where they are headed, and where we expect them to be going in the next few days. So we're going to start off. With DAX. This is DAX, yes. So on DAX, so far you can see my screen. I hope you can still see my screen clearly. On DAX, we do have, this is China A50. I'm sorry. These are the zones we are looking at. We have a very good demand zone here. This is the best one, the ultimate good one. And then we have another demand zone around this area. Then we have another demand zone. You can see it was used here. It was also used here. And we have a very good supply zone here. We have another one here, and we have another one here, and we have the best supply zone, which is somewhere here. So technically, as we are speaking right now, we do expect a buy. We expect the buyers to come in on the China A50. We want to buy from within this range, these two lines. These are the best, this zone here. This is the ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. If the price should violate this zone to the lower side, the next one is this one. If this zone is broken to the lower side, the next one is this one here. So in case you buy it within this zone, expect that the bars will push us upwards. There is a very good zone here. There is a very good level there. So we've not just highlighted, the indicators not highlighted properly, but it is a very good zone. So when you pick a buy from within this line here, expect that the bars will again push us upwards up to this target. The next target is this one, and the next one is this one, the next one is this, and the last one is the one you have at the top. So far the most recent trend is actually downwards, because we had a structure. We had a bearish break of structure here. This red thick line, you can see that the price actually broke and closed below it. It pulled back again, then pulled back to the lower side. As it is now, the price is still below this line. So we do expect the sellers to push us downwards up to this target. The next target is this one here. So that is my opinion on that chart. The next chart which I want us to have a look at, let's look at the same chart on a lesser time frame. On the Forex, so far, so on the Forex we have a very good resistance level here. We have a very good resistance level. We have a very good resistance. We have a resistance. We have a resistance, and we have a resistance. Then we have a support here, and we have another support here. So technically speaking, we are looking at a sell here. We are also looking at a sell from this point, and we're looking at a sell here, and we are also looking for a sell here. So since we have a very good breakout for a sell on the daily time frame, we are actually not looking for a buy. Basically speaking, we are looking for a sell from here, another sell from here, so we are looking for a sell here, another sell here, another sell here, and another sell here, then an ultimate sell at this price. So we are focusing strictly on the sell positions, because if you check the daily time frame, you can see that we have a bearish break of structure, even though there is a good place for buying here. So this bearish break of structure is a sign that we may see sellers continue to push price downwards until there is a break below here. So if this level is broken, this level here, there will be another break of structure to the lower side, which will mean that the price is going to extend downwards to the next target, which is this. The next target is this one here. So my next chart is DAX. So with DAX so far, DAX looks like we are in a very good uptrend. You can see that clearly. So there is another structure, there is another supply zone, a demand zone here. It has just not been highlighted, but it is a very good supply zone, demand zone, sorry, this one. So we have this, you can see they're getting higher, getting higher, getting higher, and this is another one, and we have a resistance here. And you can also see that on the other side, the price keeps breaking above the structures. There's a constant bullish break of structures. We have that, 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 we have that. We have very few bearish break of structures. So what this means is that DAX is in a very good uptrend. We are looking for the possibilities that the price is likely going to continue to the upper side. But before we buy it, either you wait and buy along this zone, this one, if the price gets to it, or this zone here, or this zone, or if the price ascends above this structure, the previous bullish break of structure, which is this one. If the price can break and close beyond it, that will be a very good sign that we are now continuing to the upper side, and we may see the price ultimately close beyond this line. So we may see the price close above that line. If that happens, that is, if the price goes up and ends up closing above this line, that will be a very good sign that the buyers are likely going to take control, and we may see a break, a retracement, then a continuation in that direction. So expect a breakout, a retracement, then a continuation to the upper side. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. The next chart which I want us to have a look at, we'll look at the same chart from the first time frame. We see exactly what we expect to be happening. So on the first, you can see clearly we have a range. This is a very good range, but we do have a very good level. You can see clearly that this is a good support in the past. This is another good support. This is another one, and we have a resistance, we have a resistance, we have a resistance, and we have a resistance there. So technically speaking, we'd like to see a break above this zone, then a retracement back towards it to pick a buy position up to the next zone. Then if this zone is broken, the next zone is this one. If this is broken, then that will now be a very good sign that we are now continuing to the upper side. So we should keep looking for buy positions. I do advocate for buy orders on DAX. We should keep looking for more buy orders, expecting that when the price breaks above these red zones, the zones which I've just indicated here, the price is likely going to be continuing in that direction. So anytime the price breaks and closes above a zone, just ensure that know that the price is going to continue in that direction. We are likely to see a break and a close above the successive zones, the successive red zones, to mean that the price is going to continue even higher. So my next chart is the SP500. Is the SP500. So we'll add it from our inputs. We have We have SP500 there. So as usual, we start off with the daily time frame. So look at what has been happening on this chart. Clearly look at what has been happening. You can see if we go to the weekly time frame, these are the main zones to look at. Let's go to the monthly and see what happens. So on the monthly time frame, you can see that the price has been very bullish. We've seen the demand zones get higher. We have this is low, getting higher, getting higher, getting higher, which means the price is in an uptrend on the monthly time frame. If you check the weekly time frame, you have the same thing. So weekly time frame, the price is consolidating. You can see the price somehow is consolidating. We have this, we have this, we have that, then we also have all this. So as it is right now, there is a bullish break of structure, and at the same time we had the lows getting higher, which means that the price is in a very good uptrend. So we should keep looking for buy orders on this chart. I do recommend that we look for buy orders following the fact that there is this bullish break of structure. So expect the buyers to push us upwards. We want to see a break above this line, then a second break above that line to mean that the price is now continuing to the upper side. So that is on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we have almost the same thing. We have our zones here. We have the zones here. We have the zones here, and we have an ultimate one. Is this resistance level? So technically speaking, this is upwards. We have a very good zone here. We have a very good level here. We have a very good level there. So if the price can just retrace back and touch it, that will give us an ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. So we will be picking a buy order when the price touches these two lines. If that happens, we'll pick a buy position, expecting that buy to push us to the upper side up to this zone here. When that zone is broken, we expect the price to continue upwards towards the next zone, which is this one. If that zone is broken, then we will expect the price to continue upwards towards the next level, which is this one here. So that's my opinion on that chart. That's my opinion on this chart on the daily time frame. We'll check 4 hours. So no doubt 4 hours is also upwards. We have several bullish break of structures, as you can see from this point here. We had a bullish break of structure. We had another bullish break of structure. We have another bullish break of structure. We have another bullish break of structure here. And right now you can see the demand zones are getting higher. They're getting high, which means the price is upwards. So we'd like to see a clear breakout above this zone to mean that the price is now completely to the upper side. If that happens, then that will on the SP500 we are also upwards. We should keep looking for buy orders. We have to check this chart on the daily 1 hour time frame. So now there's nothing much to be added there. On the 30 minutes there is also nothing much, but on the 15 minutes time frame we have this, we have this. So nothing much there. The information you have on the daily time frame is way much better. So I'd like us now to look at the next chart. We'll be looking at Nasdaq, and as usual we start off with the daily time frame. So it looks like the chart has not loaded much information. Let's give it some time to load for us. So we have the chart loaded on our screen. We have the chart loaded. We have the chart loaded. We are looking at this zone. We have a very good demand zone here. We have another one here. We have another one here. And we have another one. This is a supply zone. We have another supply zone here. And we have another supply zone here. So on this chart, there is no clear trend except if you check there is a very good uptrend on the weekly time frame. You can see from this point we have a very good weekly uptrend. You can see we have a demand zone, we have a demand zone, we have another demand zone, we have a bullish break of structure here, and then we have a supply zone. So technically speaking, this is an uptrend, and if the price can pull back and touch this zone here, then this should give us the best place to look for a buy from, somewhere in between these two lines, 14844.80, 14653.0. If the price can pull back and touch these two lines, this will give us the best place to look for a buy from, at least up to this point here. So expect the buyers to continue to push price upwards towards this zone. When this is broken, we do expect the buyers to continue to accelerate even higher. So this is upwards. Nasdaq is upwards on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are also upwards. We have a demand zone here, another demand zone, another one, and we have another zone here. This has not been highlighted, but it is also a very good zone. So we have that. This is another zone. So if the price can pull back and touch it, we're going to be looking for a buy position from this point up to around 1581.81.2. We'll pick a buy here up to this target. When this is broken, we expect the price to continue even much higher. So technically, that is what we expect on those instruments. We have the Nasdaq where we're looking for a buy position, an uptrend. We have SP500 also looking for an uptrend. We have German stocks index. We are also looking for an uptrend. Then we have China stocks index. We are also looking for an uptrend. We are now going to look at the Australian stocks index. Let's see exactly what we expect to be happening. So we give it a few minutes as the chart is loading. So the chart has loaded. Let's now load our indicator and see what happens. This is how it looks on my side. This chart here, it's like the price is consolidating. It is within some wider range. We have a very good supply zone here. We have a very good demand zone. We have another demand zone. We have another one, and we have another one here. So technically speaking, we expect that following the fact that the price bounced off from this zone, it should continue to the upper side to this level, where if this is broken, we expect it to extend much higher towards the next level, this one here. If this zone is broken, we expect the price to extend even higher up to the next level, which is the next zone, this one here. So we scale down our chart and see this is a very, very good resistance zone. Basically, if the price can break beyond this level, that would be a very good sign that the buyers are in complete control, which means that we're going to be looking for buy positions, especially if the price heads beyond this level. As it is now, it's still upwards, but only up to this zone. The next one is this one. The ultimate target is this one. Keep looking for buy orders on the Australian index. You should keep looking for more buy positions. Keep looking for more buy orders, expecting that the buyers will hit this zone. Then your next target should be this zone here. Your other target should be this one. If the ultimate one is broken, then that will mean that the price is continuing even higher. So on this chart, there is nothing much that I can say except for the fact that the buyers are in control. We are buyers. We are looking for buy positions up to the lines which I've just drawn on the daily time frame, and also the lines we have on the 4 hours time frame. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's session. We're going to meet again next week on Wednesday at the same time. Thank you and see you.